Mr. Right here, and welcome to this How to Multiply and Divide Mixed Numbers film. This is a key topic on every exam board's GCSE and IGCSE, so it's sure to come up for you, so you'll want to be dead fluent in it before your exams. Right, let's get on. How to multiply mixed numbers. Right, let's look at a couple of examples. So this first one here is 1 1/3 multiplied by 2 2/5. And the first thing to do is to take each of the mixed numbers and turn them into improper fractions, turn them into top-heavy fractions. So this 1 1/3 here, I'm going to change that to 4/3. And I did that in all sorts of ways, but you might like to go 1 times 3 plus the 1. So that's 4/3. Now 2 2/5. 2 2/5. If I'm turning that into top heavy, I'll do 2 times the 5 is 10 plus the 2. So 2 2/5 is 12/5 altogether. Right, now I'm going to do top times top and bottom times bottom, but before that I'm going to look and see if I can do any cancelling. I can cancel here because I can cancel the 3 and the 12 because they have a common factor. 3 goes into 3 and 3 goes into 12. 3 goes into 3 once and 3 goes into 12 4 times. Can I do any more cancelling? No, I can't. Remember, you can only cancel something on the top, something on the bottom, so you can't cancel the 4 and the 4. Right, 4 times 4 is 16, and bottom times bottom, 1 times 5 is 5. 16/5, well, that is 3 1/5. Now, does it matter if you didn't cancel? Let's see what happens if you didn't do that cancelling. You had 4/3 multiplied by 12/5. Let's say you just did top times top is 48, and bottom times bottom, 3 5s are 15. It doesn't matter, but now you're left with something that's a bit more difficult to cancel down. What you'd have to do here is you'd probably have to spot that 3 goes into the top and 3 goes into the bottom. The top divided by 3 is 16, and the bottom divided by 3 is 5, and now you're on 16/5, just like we were before. So the moral of the story is it's easier to cancel before you multiply if you can spot that. Right, let's look at one more example. Here we are, 5 1/2 multiplied by 1 2/3. You can probably work ahead of me and pause the film, up to you, but the first thing we're going to do is turn each of these mixed numbers into top heavy. 5 1/2, 5 times 2 is 10, plus the 1, that's 11 halves, multiplied by 1 2/3. 1 times 3 is 3, plus the 2 is 5 over 3. Can I do any cancelling? No, I can't. Top times top, 11 5s are 55, bottom times bottom, 2 3s are 6. So I'm left with 55/6, and I have to turn that into a mixed number. So how many 6s go into 55? Well, the answer is 9, remainder 1. So I've got 9 1/6. And that is how to multiply mixed numbers. Now, dividing mixed numbers. Dividing mixed numbers is similar to multiplying, which is why I've covered them in the same film, but of course it's not exactly the same. Here's an IGCSE question on dividing mixed numbers. Let's have a look. It says that I have to show that this expression on the left, this division sum, equals 2 2/7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the 2 2/7 for the moment, and I'm simply going to write down the division sum and do it. And at the end of the day, I'm expecting my answer to come out as 2 2/7. Now, how do I divide mixed numbers? Well, the first thing to do is exactly the same as when you multiplied. Turn these mixed numbers into improper fractions. Turn them into top-heavy fractions. Let's do the first one. 2 times 7 is 14, plus the 4 is 18 over 7. Divided by, just copying that sign, 1 times 8 is 8, plus the 1 is 9 over 8. Right, 18/7 divided by 9/7. So this is where KCF comes in. You might have learnt that. Keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction, change the sign, division becomes multiplication, flip the second fraction, 9 over 8 becomes 8 over 9. And now it's a multiplication. So I'm going to do it just like before. Look for cancelling. Aha, just a minute. 9 and 18 have a common factor, don't they? 9 goes into them both. 9 goes into 9 once. 9 goes into 18 twice. Any more cancelling? No. So top times top, 2 times 8 is 16. Bottom times bottom, 7 times 1 is 7. 16 sevenths. How many wholes would that be with what left over? Well, 16 divided by 7 is 2 remainder 2, so it's 2 wholes and 2 sevenths. All right, let's look back at the question. The question says, show that this calculation here equals 2 and 2 sevenths. Well, I've done that, and at the same time, we've seen how to divide mixed numbers. Right, let's have a go at a last example. Here's another IGCSE question. Show that the calculation on the left equals the answer on the right. Well, again, we'll ignore the answer and we'll write down the calculation and we'll work it out, and then we'll see what our answer is. 4 and 2/3 divided by 1 and 1/9. Right. You might pause the film and do this without me and then watch mine, up to you. I'm going to turn this 4 and 2/3 into an improper fraction. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14 over 3, divided by 1 times 9 is 9, plus the 1 is 10 over 9. Right, K, keep, change, flip, KCF. Keep the first fraction. 14/3. Change the sign. Flip the second fraction. Okay, now it's a multiplication now, so I can look for cancelling. Now I can see some cancelling for the 10 and the 14 because they have a common factor. What's the common factor? 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times, and 2 goes into 14 7 times. Can I see any cancelling between the 3 and the 9? Well, I can, because they have a common factor. 3 goes into them both. 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 9 3 times. Right, top times top. 7 times 3 is 21. Bottom times bottom. 1 times 5 is 5. 21 over 5. How many wholes and what left over? Well, 21 divided by 5 is 4 remainder 1. So 21/5 is 4 and 1/5. All right, let's look back at the question. The question says, show that the calculation on the left equals 4 1/5. And look at that. I have done. And that is how to divide mixed numbers. Okay, so that is how to multiply and divide mixed numbers. If you found the film useful, please hit like, give me some positive feedback. If you would like to ask a question, leave it in the comments, and of course I'll respond. And if you are preparing for your IGCSE maths and you're finding my content helpful, then subscribe to the channel. Okay, thanks for watching.